I'll fire the first shot.
You go. I'm sorry.
Okay. First, so we're gonna go 5-1. So obviously, this is going to be. This is not going to be 5 behind me. So, so just looking through some collectibles that I thought were kind of cool, and there's usually a ton of them, whether it be at stores or there's usually a fuck ton of them in Spirit. But one horror franchise that has a lot of shit that's pretty cool is the Chucky franchise.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of shit out there for Chucky.
There's a lot of shit.
Like I said, there was at the Walmart shirts. There was the Myers one. There was the Exorcist, which I bought, and I wanted the Chucky one, but they didn't have a Chucky one.
That's a good fucking point.
Yeah, they've got good stuff like the Scream Factory posters that you got with the sets.
Yeah, not bad at all. Right.
Above the Law.
Yeah, Above the Law is a great movie.
Oh, it's fucking. Which is the one where he beats motherfuckers' asses with the fucking cue ball? Which one's that one? Is that the one? Which one he kicks the shit out of everybody with a cue ball? He puts it in like a little thing and he smacks motherfuckers in the mouth, losing their teeth and shit.
That's not Hard to Kill, is it?
Is that Hard to Kill? I don't remember which one, but I just
remember the greatest name in Hard to Kill. Remember he's in the coma because his wife gets killed, right?
Yes.
He's in the coma. Mason Storm, the greatest name ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a porn name.
He's like, you knocked my teeth out, motherfucker. Boom!
What was it?
Alfred Justice.
Was it Alfred Justice?
Yeah, that's so
Remember the bad guy, the senator? You could take that to the bank. I'm going to take you to the bank, the blood bank.
Right. What was the movie that was real scary was when he was up against those the voodoo guys. That one was scary.
Mark for Death.
That one's fucking scary. That one's scary.
Oh, you know what he directed? I didn't realize that, Joe. I think you've talked about Holes, haven't you? The Disney movie.
Oh yeah, Holes. Yeah, that's right.
He did Collateral Damage. Oh, that's where it's a bigger movie.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the one with Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise.
A fish tank decoration of Freddy's glove grabbing Jason's mask in Walmart? Really?
That's pretty cool.
I didn't see that.
I know there's the Fish Tank McFarlane figures, right, Pat? Like
that's awesome.
them.
Oh, that's right. Mark for Death was Dwight Little.
That's right. Excuse me.
Oh, it was Mark for Death, yeah. He also did what's the other one? He did Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee.
Oh, that movie's badass. Powers Booth, man. That's a great movie.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
I haven't heard in a long time. Powers Booth. Damn.
That's what Dolph Lundgren, right? Dolph Lundgren?
Yes.
Yeah, that movie's badass.
Oh, man. Cool. Okay, so what's your number 5?
Oh, who's going there?
I threw Chucky there at number 5 for collectible horror franchises.
I guess we'll go in and I guess
you want me to go counterclockwise or clockwise, whatever you want to do.
Sure, brother.
We can do it.
Okay.
Right. I didn't know Alan McElroy wrote that too.
Oh, he did? Oh.
Well, I know. Is that what they were working on at the time? Because I know they said they were working on something together at the time of Page 4 as well.
I had the Rob Zombie trilogy, just the first, House of a Thousand.
Yeah, there are some cool collectibles with that. Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, very nice.
A couple good figure sets. Some of the posters. Love the posters, but I only like Devil's Rejects out of the 3, but I always remember because of the Devil's Rejects, all that stuff. But yeah, that's my number 5.
Very nice, brother.
Wow, yeah, I did see this back in the day. Sorry, from Matt with Susanna Hoffs, because Susanna Hoffs, God, I adored her from the Bangles. Whew.
I wish I had a loofah.
God, I wish I had a loofah. I didn't know she could do that.
That's awesome.
Oh, she's so hot. She still is.
Oh man! Now I guess to start it off, we got to start with a bang. Anytime I say anything with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, I'm talking, original. I'm talking about remake. I'm talking anything with Leatherface on it. I'm a sucker for that kind of shit, man. So I love Leatherface. Love me some Leatherface.
Love me sexy.
That's right. That's right. Can't go wrong.
My number 4 is
whip it out, man. Whip it out.
Excuse me while I whip this out. My number 4 is another franchise I love that is very divisive. People either love it or hate it or don't like it at all, but I love it. There's a lot of cool Scream stuff out there.
Nice.
There's a lot of cool Scream is pretty big. You go to Spirit, there's a ton of Spirit stuff. There's a ton of Scream stuff always in freaking FYE.
Yeah.
There's always Scream shirts and stuff in Walmart. So Scream is out there. And even before they did the last 2 movies, it was still pretty prevalent before those 2 came out.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like some nose face stuff. Why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
like Ninja Turtle. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
It's nice. Paint, don't tickle.
Man.
What's that from?
No, what is that from?
Didn't we just talk about it the other day? I thought, or maybe it was Mike I was telling you about. There was the Money Pit.
Oh yeah,
we
we
talked
were talking about.
We're talking about that. Remember, he's painting up and down. Paint, don't tickle.
Don't tickle. I fucking hated that guy. Oh my god.
He was great in Die Hard, though.
He was good in Die Hard. Yes. Friday the 13th is the next one for me. There always seems to be. Friday the 13th has some real bad stuff, but then they have some real good stuff too. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it seems stuff's been getting better with Friday the 13th recently. Yeah.
Now Donatello is my favorite turtle, by the way. That's why.
All right, Stefan, you got to send us some
You
pictures
like the
of that.
purple guy.
Yes.
I want to see you dressed up as Ghostface when you were little. I want to see some pictures.
I want to see a little Stefan dressed up as a ghost.
Yeah, I think to see that too. I have both runs of the. I still love.
Stefan, have you seen the movie Clifford with Martin Short, where he goes
I love Clifford
because Stefan's the dinosaur. Clifford is a guilty pleasure pad of mine too.
That's a deep dig. I love that. I love Martin.
But remember, Stefan, isn't that the dinosaur, right? Can I go to Dinosaur with Uncle Martin?
That's fucking funny, man.
I mean,
Joe,
who doesn't love
Clifford?
Yes, I love Clifford. He's a little fucking asshole.
I'm a big fan of Martin Short. One of my favorite movies is Inner Space.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That's Meg Ryan.
No, Stefan, you got to go see it just because you got to watch it now because of the dinosaur.
Yeah, go check out. It's so bad it's good. Put it that way.
Give me some chocolate.
That is so good.
Oh God, we got thrown off. Yes, rest in peace, Charles.
I used to shit when I was going to college. I had it hanging. I had it in my room. I'm right next to my Halloween posters, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. I don't know if somebody took it at one of my fucking parties. I used to have
a Clifford poster.
No, I had an Ed Grimley doll.
Oh wow!
Remember when his character on SNL that he had like the fucking thing that stuck up out of his head. He's like, he used to talk. I could do this. I really must say. Remember, he used to dress. He was like a nerd. Yeah. That was Ed Grimley. I used to have oh god, what the fuck ever happened to that thing? So I must have stole it at one of my parties.
You remember when frickin' Martin Short Clifford takes the Bloody Mary out and he switches it with Tabasco sauce?
Yes, that's funny.
Oh, Charles Grodin, God, I loved. He was deadpan humor. So
he's
good.
Trying to talk at his future mother like he can't talk, and he's like pointing at her.
So
she's hot.
My favorite movie with Charles Grodin's got to be Seems Like Old Times.
Seems Like Old Times is good. Yeah. But Midnight Run is good too.
That's true.
I was just going to mention that film. I love Beethoven. Beethoven rocks.
First Beethoven's good, Joe. I watched that a lot when I was a kid.
To this day, if you guys know any lines from Seems Like Old Times, I'll be hanging out with my cousins and I'll be like, "What? What are you guys doing?" He's like, "I had to have my feet scraped," and they're like, "What?" She had to have her feet scraped when they're in they're testifying in front of the judge.
Yep.
And so it's like, and the dogs, the dogs came and attacked them. It's just like only two of the dogs are ours. The other two were just visiting.
That's right. That's so good.
That's it on their own recognizance.
Did you guys ever see Taking Care of Business? And you'd probably know why I would ask you about that.
Love Taking Care of Business.
James Belushi breaks out of jail to see the Cubs win the World Series.
Yeah.
Charles Grodin steals his identity. Spencer Barnes.
So good, man.
Pat, have you seen that?
Yes.
Okay, I was like making sure. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, Midnight Run Seems Like Old Times. Yeah, he was so funny.
He passed away too young, too young. I know he was up there in age, but still too young.
Oh, look at Matt throwing the deep reference out there. That was the maid. Aurora's chicken pepperoni.
That's right.
I had to have my feet scraped. That's like every time my wife's like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I had my feet scraped." She's like, "Why? Why can't you just talk normal for once? Why?"
That's too good. Too good.
I got to look up Charles Grodin.
I forgot. So I think the last person to go. Great movie. Last person to go, I think, was Brady, and you said Friday the 13th franchise.
Oh, you did. All right. So number 4 for me, and again, this list is always ever changing, but I've been really on a They Live kick. So for whatever reason, the ghouls, the his and hers, anything with Roddy Piper, Frank, you fucking name it, man. The They Live shit is banging. I love anything They Live.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Anything I see in person They Live, I gotta get it. It's hard to say no. It is hard. That's what she said.
That's what she said. Damn.
Oh, Charles Grodin was in the remake to King Kong. Didn't catch that.
Yeah, he was in the 76 King Kong.
He was 86 when he died 2 years ago. 86. I would never taken him to be 86 years old.
He was like the portrait of Dorian Gray. He was like freaking Dick Clark. They didn't age.
Yeah.
And then when they went, I mean, not that it was fortunate that Charles Grodin died, but he died. But like when Dick Clark, I mean, I grew up. I mean, I'm a little bit older than you guys. I grew up in New Year's Eve every year was with Dick Clark. You had to spend every New Year's Eve.
For a long time, Dick Clark did that though. Yeah,
that was our thing. My parents for years hosted New Year's Eve when I was a kid, and then my aunt and uncle took it over, so I spent all those New Year's Eve there. The 1 year '96 where Kiss was performing live at East Rutherford Stadium, Continental Airlines Arena, and Dick Clark, if you guys don't know, now I'm getting off of my Kiss tangent, was a big champion of them. The first time they were over on TV, Dick Clark put them on TV on his in-concert show back in '74. So he was a big champion of them, knew them well, and they all were real tight. But Charles Grodin going, that's the way to go. But when Dick Clark had that stroke and he would come back and he couldn't talk right, that used to break my fucking heart.
Yeah, that's where you got to kind of draw the line, right?
It just broke my heart to see him like that because that was like my youth. Every year, that was such a big thing in my family. New Year's Eve, getting together, watching the ball.
That was a national thing, Pat. That whole thing within New York. That was, yeah.
Well, yeah, it was on. Yeah, actually, a friend of mine was at I was supposed to go to the show that night, but I didn't get. My friend went that night. Oh, there was my daughter. You want to say hello? Yeah, you want to say hi? There's people watching. You want to she got in the shower. Her hair's all wet, so.
Oh yeah, see, Matt brought up a point. Yeah, J.J. Abrams. Yeah, he wrote that Taking Care of Business, which is kind of like it's like wow.
Very nice.
Fact from the past there.
Taking care of business.
We got such a
Bachman Turner Overdrive. Sorry. Yeah, we did.
I'll get my daughter on one of these nights. I've had my son on. My son's working tonight. He loves his new job. He's working at Bethel Woods.
He would be working for Pat, bringing the beers to him tonight, but he's not.
Usually,
he's working.
Yeah, he probably will.
Tell my son I said hello.
So last night he was working at the theater. Last night was Allison Krauss and Robert Plant. So tonight he's working, and it's Shania Twain.
How's it going?
He loves it.
Far? He does?
Yeah, I bet you he's getting all kinds of girls' numbers. Shit.
This generation's kids just flies over their head. Believe me,
nah,
not like us.
You're a fucking chick magnet, man. Chick magnet. He's like his old man.
Gee, Ronnie, I had no idea they're really brothers. Pat, did you know that? I had no.
Yes,
idea.
I did. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, you didn't know. You didn't know that
Dave Osborne.
Dave and Albert Brooks were brothers. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Who's next? Are you there, Pat?
I've done my 5 and 4. What did Pat do?
My number 3. I didn't do my 3. So my number 3 is
stupid.
You got to go back to Freddy and go Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ditto to 3. I'll put it there. That's my 3 too.
Great collectibles. And as everybody knows, I only collect Halloween stuff, but I do always look at everything else. And believe me, if I had the means to get it all, I'd have that. I'd be divorced, but I'd have a lot more.
I do remember, Joe, I don't think you bought it. I think you were at a show with Michael when at Comic-Con, the Robert Englund, the Fred Krueger without the burns.
Oh, yeah, we were at, I remember that show.
He bought it. You didn't get it, right?
He bought it. I was really digging it, but he bought it. Yes, and that one I have not seen since. That's the first time I've seen that in person.
Yeah, that might be a birthday present for Joe one day, I'm guessing. Sorry, I'm telling you that already. Shit.
That thing is fucking awesome. And no, if you buy me a birthday gift, give me that Frank figure from They Live. I would love you for all eternity.
Wait a minute. The figure's signed by Robert Englund, so I couldn't do that. Yeah.
No, the Frank figure from They Live. That's like, I want to buy it. But I don't want to because then that would mean I can't look for it anymore.
You know what? I should have. No, Jeremy Todd and I talked about it after you saw him in Austin. I think he might know somebody has another one that'll get it for retail instead of an upcharge. So we should probably talk about
What?
that. So
Wait. Say that again. We'll talk after the show.
yeah, we'll talk after. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna be around after the show? Because it's getting interesting upstairs. I was just talking to my daughter. Apparently, they're upstairs having drinks and watching Paddington Bear.
Okay.
Oh,
so after the show, I'm just gonna check on the children.
Why? I have no idea.
After the show, we're gonna check on children, but I'm in for a cigar tonight, Pat.
Because everybody's off tomorrow and they're all hanging out.
I'm hanging with my dudes tonight. I haven't hung out with y'all in a while.
That's right.
I'm with my guys.
And I'm supposed to go in to do something tomorrow, but I really might blow it off. It wouldn't be earth-shattering if I did.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe we'll do a live watch along where I fall asleep or Joe falls asleep and Pat just keeps on talking. Those are always fun watch alongs.
All right. So if we're gonna go to that, has anybody seen Brett fall asleep yet?
Oh shit!
Where is it? Hold on. I know it's still up here.
I opened my mouth. Shit.
So at the end of Brett's intro here, this is Brett sleeping on. One night we were all hanging out having a couple drinks, and this is Brett sleeping.
That's fucked up. Oh, that sucks.
But dude, you guys brought it up right. Like all of a sudden, I was like normal, right? I woke up like, hey.
Like nothing happened. You just like it's like you started to like lose. It's like the battery was dying. You're like, okay, I was watching Escape from New York, and it was Kurt Russell. And then you were out. It was like, and then you just picked right back up where you were going.
You made it with the cow.
That time when you made it with the cow.
I want to party with you. Cow.
I want to party with you.
You know what? We've known each other for a year plus. Both we've had some funny times after hours.
Oh, damn sure.
Anyways,
did you guys say your number 3? I did number
3. I went
3.
with Elm Street with you.
Elm Street. Oh, that's right. Yep, you mirrored me. But let's say you, Big Joe.
All right, so number 3 it's part of a big franchise, the Universal Monsters franchise. But specifically the creature from the Black Lagoon. I've been
Joe.
kind of like on a tangent recently for that shit, and he's fun. He's things that you don't see everywhere, and it's kind of niche, but he's there. And then the items that are out there, man, like Sideshow has a fucking sweet figure that I want. A lot of older stuff is out there, and if you find it, it's really cool to find, man. So the creature from the Black Lagoon is fucking sweet as fuck.
I was surprised we still haven't seen a remake to that, but I'm kind of happy because that original image of it is still frightening.
Yeah, you can spend a lot of money looking.
I don't want to see one
vintage stuff from the creature, but man, the creature walks among us. I think it's the third one. That one's fucking cool.
And what legendary actor had a very small role in one of them? I think we all know, right?
Oh, what do you? Oh, I don't know. Who?
Clint Eastwood. Look it up. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that.
I didn't know that. That's
and
cool.
I thought of one other thing I did watch.
I don't know which one. I think it was the first one. I'll look it up.
I forgot to write this down, but I was watching Godzilla versus Gamera the other day.
Oh, nice.
That popped up on Pluto TV. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch this. My wife's like, seriously, you gonna watch Godzilla? I'm like, yeah, get out.
That is too good. So yeah, that's my number 3.
My number 2 was already mentioned, but to me, it's
Revenge of the Creature, by the way. Sorry.
Right underneath Halloween. This is probably the biggest horror franchise, especially when it comes to collectibles. I'd have to go with Friday the 13th, which was mentioned already once.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. There's more Friday the 13th stuff than there is Halloween. Probably
because
twofold.
There's so many different versions of Jason. It's unreal. It's like
I love Monster Squad. That's a good movie.
Yeah. Did you do your number 2, Joe? I only skipped before because it was the same one as Pat's.
Let me see here. Let's see. Where did my list go? I just had it. It just went away.
Because I'm curious if your number 2 is the same as mine too.
Let's see. I'm curious. Yeah, because Brett, you already said Friday, right? Yeah.
I said Friday is number 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Joe's more of a NECA figure guy, we've talked about some.
Okay, so the top 2 are going to be kind of like no brainers, but for me, number 2 was A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. That was my 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be because of the fact that Freddy is iconic. They give you so much from all the different films. I mean, there's memorabilia from fucking all the films. you got Freddy versus Jason, you got the original 1, 2, 3, 4, all the films. There's some type of variant or something out there that's gonna tickle your pickle. You know what I mean? Like there's always something out there that you're like, oh, I don't have it, or you hardly ever see it. And just like that figure that Brady was mentioning, I didn't even know this shit existed until I saw it in person. Mm-hmm. And then you realize how rare some of these items are. So NECA kicks ass.
Is this a thing?
Strip clubs often have figs I want. No,
I've never seen strip clubs have figures. I mean, there's figures.
I'm not going on my strip club runs. I'm not doing
many moons since I've been to those.
I hit 10 strip clubs tonight, fellas, and I didn't find a single thing.
I do like that one, though. There you go. Necrophilia. That's a good one. I like that stuff, and that's a good one.
But no, I mean, NECA does a great job with the Friday the 13th. I mean,
they do.
Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. They have figures literally for almost every film, for the most part.
Yep.
Either the Ultimates or the cloth. And they.
After I read it the second time, I kind of figured it was a joke because I'm like, damn, I don't remember that kind of shit when I was there. I would have had a whole set of like naked Barbies.
Yeah, I mean, Freddy is the man. I mean, Heather Langenkamp. There's this one Cinema of Fear that I want to get my hands on. It's where she's in the bathtub. Where she's in the bathtub. That one, dude, you dropped some serious coin on that one, or the bedroom. The bedroom.
I never saw that. There's one of her in the bathroom. In the bathtub.
That's the same series as the Jason in the boat, right? Isn't that the same series?
I think so. Yeah, they're called the Cinema of Fear, and those are.
Oh, it's Mesco. I think it's Mesco, right?
Mesco. Yeah, and I think it's very hard to find, especially if they're not yellowed. If they're, you can find some yellowed ones, but I want like a pristine one. And
Mesco have that problem too with the yellowing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of the bigger packaging ones, yeah, they do.
Yeah, bigger packaging. And then there's the
McFarlane. They were notorious for it.
Oh, bad. And then there's a Freddy versus Jason pack that's similar to The Night He Came Home, the Michael Myers, the grail that you had.
I had it.
Yeah, that one is
the flames.
Yes, that one is a bitch to find too. It's the same size box. Yeah, it's the same size box.
And I probably sold it for just a little bit more than what I got it too. It's probably worth a lot more now.
That one, if you find it in person, it's probably missing parts or the box is ass or whatever. But if you find one in good shape, bro, buy it up.
What's in it in the box, or what's it sealed in the box right now, Joe?
I can't remember.
Probably a couple $100 right now.
I would say about $300 or $400. Yeah, they go for a lot. Seriously. Like all the Mezcos, like the bigger ones, I think are they 12 inches? Whatever the fuck I remember the sizes. They go for good coin, man. About $200. Anything Freddy.
Going down
I have the Warriors Mezco figures. I have those. I don't know if you've seen those.
Hold on to those, bro.
I got two of them signed. Yeah.
Those are the. I'd love to get my hands on those, but I'm like, oh, I can't start collecting other stuff. The wife will.
I can't put my finger on how to pronounce it, but they're the horror Bishu. They're like the
Japanese one, the Bishu. I never got that. Do I really need a girl that just got a Myers costume hanging off her legs?
They literally have one for every franchise. You got Pennywise, Freddy.
I never got that.
All of them. Leatherface. I want the Michael one, but there's a lot of fakes out there. If you go on eBay and
you can get them real cheap for like $29. The fake.
Oh, he's a fake. He's a fake.
That's bullshit. But the real ones are like $200 or $300. Like the real.
And for like a girl in a Myers costume, I'm like, I'm not spending $300 on it. Can't do it.
I like to have a real one, maybe one day, but yeah, I don't know.
What did the old movie maniacs go for these days?
That depends on the conditioning.
Depends on the condition, yeah, and what it is. The Myers one, shit, that's got to be $250, $300 probably.
Well, if it's not oranged out too, it's
got to be pristine,
yellowed out. Yeah,
you can. A lot of people sell them out of package.
Which one you're talking? The one in the McFarlane ones in the yellow packaging,
the big ones, yeah.
I'm thinking the big one. The big one's like $250, $300.
Yeah. Do you guys have the Snake Plissken McFarlane movie Maniac? There's like two. There's one with the jacket and one without.
So I don't have that one. That one goes for a lot of money. Even the NECA cloth figure, that one goes for a couple $100 too. I want that one. The Escape from New York. Fucking, oh my God. That is just a grail. I saw it one time and they wanted like $350 for it. And I was like, y'all smoking crack. I was like, I'm not buying that shit.
You know how I got into collectibles? My dad was a collector. My dad collected coins, collected old bills. He collected like old, like vintage tools. And so when I was a kid, he used to take me to like different, like he used to take me to flea markets and shows. And that's how I got into collecting. I used to collect, Jesus, I had, besides Halloween, everybody knows I had a huge Kiss collection, which I sold years ago. But I used to collect Hess trucks, Mad magazines, comic books, all different types of cards. I had so much stuff. And then the older I got, I just basically said, you know what? Well, the Kiss stuff was worth a lot of money, so I sold it, which I kind of wish I didn't, but it was the right thing at the right time. This is the stuff that's going to. This is what I need for now, and this is what I'm going to stay with. And you got to remember, Brett knows this too, and because he's been a collector a long time. There was not a lot of Halloween stuff up until about the last 8 years.
Yep.
None of this, all this shit. A lot of this stuff came out in the last 8
to 10
probably
years.
8 to 10 years. There was
not
a lot of Halloween shit.
To be honest with you, Pat, as I go to all these conventions, because as y'all all know, like San Antonio, if y'all don't know, San Antonio is a very big horror collecting town.
Yeah, you got a lot of shows there, dude.
There are people that have been collecting for just as amount of time as y'all have, and they've been sitting on these things. And I guess now's the time for the resale. So the resale market has fucking just taken over, right? That is what has spawned all of these conventions and all of this, because people have all this shit that they've collected for all these years, and they're putting it out finally. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing that I've been seeing lately, no shit though, is Kiss memorabilia, bro. Kiss has always been insane. I've never seen so much Kiss shit in my life. Like, you'll always see some horror rarities, and then you'll see a bunch of Kiss shit, because they were around the same time that they were collecting these things from all the years in the past.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, just like you, there's collectors that have been collecting this Kiss shit for years, man.
I'm gonna get all the photos of my Kiss collection from years ago of all the stuff I had. I sold it all off. Probably the only stuff I kept were my albums, the LPs, because I gave them to my son because he loves vinyl. So, and he got intrigued by it, so I gave them all to him because I know I'll take care of them. I'm gonna, maybe for next week, I'll scan all the pictures of my old collection. I used to have I have a Halloween room, I have a Kiss room, and within that Kiss room there was maybe 5 Halloween things at the time, and I had them.
Yeah.
Pat, that's why nothing else. That's why you do have to go to the Rio in Vegas so you can see the Kiss Museum with all the memorabilia. I sat there for like an hour looking at all this stuff, and I'm just a casual Kiss fan. I don't have anything really. I just like the music.
Stuff from the 70s is just, and it also, I got to especially when the reunion tour happened in '96, that stuff doubled. Some stuff tripled in value. So, which was good because the stuff I did have was worth a fortune, but it made it impossible to move forward. Mm-hmm. Because at the time, my wife and I weren't, we got married in '99. We were saving for a house. We wanted to start a family. I couldn't go out and spend $500 on a fucking pen.
Shit.
Or $1,000 on a plastic guitar. No fucking way. I could not keep up with it because I only collected the stuff from the 70s because that's the stuff that was from my youth. So it was the right thing at the right time. But now that I'm a little bit older and I'm like, oh God, I wish I still had that stuff, but there's no way. I always told them, oh God, I wish I had a loofah. That's going to be the next clip. That's the next clip. I always told the wife, I said, the day we hit the lottery, we ever hit that Mega Millions, I'm going to go back and buy all that shit. She's like, I don't care. But I'm gonna go scan all the pictures of the shit I had and show it on the podcast. You get like, holy crap! I had everything from all the cool stuff, all the toys from the 70s, everything I had. I had the pinball machine. For Christ's sake, I had a whole I had the Bally pinball machine. We're gonna pick.
The thing that I loved about this topic was it kind of gives you an insight to what we all personally like and what we prefer.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought about it, I was like, you know what? We all have our own little alleys that we like to kind of stick to. And I love the fact that it's so diverse. Like, Brett, you specialize in a lot of like sports, Rocky, horror. Like, you have a certain lane. I have a certain lane. Pat has his lane. Yep. And I think that's what made the collecting part just so fun, because we don't have to stick to a certain script. We can do whatever it is that we feel we want to do when it comes to this. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought I loved about this topic. That's what I love.
Just going into the chat. Nick Push owns the Dirk Diggler prosthetic.
Oh God. You got to do the little kung fu thing at the end,
Nick was in the chat earlier. I don't think he's there anymore.
Pat, I just posted in that autograph movie poster group my Burt Reynolds autographed Boogie Nights poster.
That is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I love
so good.
That.
Hey,
movie.
Brett, I wanted to talk to you, Brett, because
it's true,
based on this topic, man. You have some rare collectibles that most people don't know about. Like, and me, I get excited when I see anything you have Aliens wise, Terminator wise, like all the older original shit that came out in back in the day.
Yeah.
that is going for super rare money right now. I mean, super high money. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to those figures, bro. A lot.
You know what, Joe? Too, I'm gonna have to start getting the H40 whenever we get the H45 stuff prepped. I do have crates of stuff that I should probably show on our show. I still have a handful of things. So,
brother, if you're trying to create space, my brother, please let's talk.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Pit stop. I know we're going to be done in a second, but I got a pit stop. This is bad.
Yeah. So next year, my wife and I will be celebrating 25 years of marriage. So she obviously, she's cool. She puts up with for even marrying me and putting up with this nonsense. So yeah, she's a good woman. 25 years next year. Hard to believe. Holy fuck.
I'm all about that. I'm all about that reassurance, right? And I always tell MB, there's always a reason why we're doing what we're doing. It's a passion that we have, and it's keeping us out of trouble.
And not to mention, they know what it's worth, and they're gonna get the money when we drop dead. Because why do men die first?
So the women can have everything.
No, because they want to.
Yeah, it's true. But no, it's a for me, it's a certain thing that, why not? We when we die, we're not taking shit with us. It's just something that tickles your fancy and tickles your pickle, and why not have fun with it while you're here? Why the fuck not? Why not?
Oh, actually, we didn't do our number one, so we can do our number one because I'm sure it's probably universal across the board. My number one is, let's think about it.
Oh, let's go ahead and think about it.
Let's think about it.
The most hoard out individual in the history of cinema.
Exactly.
Short of I guess Star Wars shit.
For the last 5 years is the collectible horror whore.
Yeah, the most singular, entity or person that is collectible is the Michael Myers shit. We all know that. We all know that. I can't think of, you think of the Freddys, you think of the Jasons, you think of the Chuckies, all of the singular item or people or characters or whatever. Michael Myers takes the cake, man. He does. He's the icon.
Did you guys already do your number two? I'm sorry. You guys probably
will. I did my Nightmare on whatever I said.
Elm Street, I said F-13. Did you say something different, Brad?
I did not put down. I had Aliens down just because I think there's so many good alien things.
Sorry, brher. Yeah.
Because we all know Halloween's number one for all of us. I'm sure.
That's why when you walked away, like, what kind of know what the one's going to be? Gee, I wonder.
Aliens. Joe brought it up. Like, there's some, especially some of these Comic-Con exclusives and all the characters from the second movie, even the first movie. Like, Pat, I got the Tom Skerritt figure signed when we went to Monster Mania last year. That was a big thing, and I got a Bishop figure from Lance Hendrickson, and I
wasn't looking at his neck. I was just talking about Cheech and Chong today at band practice. I don't know why it came up. We were just talking about Cheech and Chong, and I'm like, I wasn't looking at his neck.
Oh, you know what? Now it's on my screen. Here's a non-horror honorable mention. Back to the Future is into this conversation too.
Oh yeah,
non-horror. Here. There's shit everywhere for it, rightfully so, because it's everybody who doesn't like Back to the Future. If there's somebody that doesn't like Back to the Future, there's a problem, right? Come on.
Get the fuck out.
I'll tell you,
get the fuck out.
Like, y'all both know that I love NECA, right? But NECA right now, and I didn't put this category of collecting on my list because there's just too much of it, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, there is so much fucking shit for Turtles, man. Like, it's you got the cartoon versions, you got the original Eastman and Laird, you got the new movie coming out, Mutant Mayhem, whatever the fuck.
I look forward to it. It's gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah, there's just so much shit. There's too much that you can't keep up. You can't keep up with it.
People have drug problems. We have collecting problems.
Ronnie, I play in two bands. I play in a rock band and I play in an acoustic band.
Just for some reason, when Ronnie asked that, I thought of American Pie, but that's band camp.
Yeah, just one time at band camp, I did stick a flute up my pussy.
That's right. No, that's a good one, Matt. There, Mad Max is good.
Mad Max,
yeah,
Matt,
dude.
I you saying that? See, I didn't like the original movies. I like them, but when Fury Road came out, it's a top 10 movie for me. So I hope you like Fury Road because Fury Road is just so good.
Absolutely. Mad Max was big when I was a kid, man. I remember us all first watching that on I think it was on Skinemax when we first saw it, and we were like, "Wow, that's amazing."
I think, Pat, you and I were talking when Tina Turner died. Like, I went with my in-laws to see Tina Turner a few years ago when she last toured, and she came out with that Beyond Thunderdome gimmick, the whole thing. It was, people went nuts. And I lost my mind. I'm like, oh my God.
Love that movie. Love that movie. That was such a great movie.
That movie is fucking awesome.
And speaking of Back to the Future, that's what made it bomb a bit. Back to the Future was killing everything that summer at the box office.
Yeah, it was. Because it represented, like, you know, like something that we all didn't think would be possible. It was such a good story. It was such great effects. Like, fuck, Marty McFly, man. I was like, I love Marty McFly. He's a little bastard that he's cool as fuck, man. I wanted to be Marty McFly, especially part 2. I loved part 2 more than anything, man. Golly. I wanted the Nikes just like he did. I wanted a hoverboard. You know, like, come on, man. Who didn't want to be Marty McFly? So cool. So cool.
Thanks for watching our latest top 5 from an episode of That Horror Movie Podcast. We do That Horror Movie Podcast every Sunday night live at 8 p.m. on this channel. And every week we feature a top 5 that we all do together and share live with everybody in the chat. So if you have any ideas, by all means, drop them in the comments below. Like this video. It helps everybody find this channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And we will see you on Sunday nights.